explain this to me, Brian. Apparently, we talked about Gunther and Sheamus the other day on television, and it looked like that Gunther tapped out in his match. He was in the cloverleaf or whatever.
Right.
And he tapped out, but the referee was looking at it and then waved it off.
Well, he tapped twice, I believe it was.
Well, he tapped twice. He tapped. And I said, what was that supposed to be? Right? Because he obviously was tapping, but yet she said, no, it wasn't. And I didn't understand it. And you did not offer up any fucking instant explanation for that either when I was telling you I didn't understand it. So are you claiming now you understood it?
No, I'd still say the same thing I thought there. He tapped twice, so I think that's why it wasn't officially a WWE tap. And it wasn't also like, oh my God, I'm in pain. It was kind of like, what the fuck? That was my argument then, and that's still what it looks like. It was
odd.
Now.
It was off-putting. And now we potentially have an explanation here, and actually it was explained in some unclear method on SmackDown this week. But this is an email from Joseph. Dear Jim, and parenthetically, and Brian, I suppose, Gunther on the last episode of SmackDown was using a trick from the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu called the Brazilian Tap. A double tap like that is not a valid tap out. One must tap at least 3 times. So I was not aware that there was a numerical quotient on the tap. But he goes on to say a Brazilian tap is a way to try to trick an inexperienced opponent into thinking you've tapped out so they release the hold and you can attempt to go on to win the contest. It's a bit of dirty pool, but something educated modern fight fans may recognize. And then he linked to a story on the underhanded technique, he says. But so that apparently is a thing. And then somebody else on Twitter, I believe it was, said that in Germany, maybe for catch wrestling or Otto Vons, or it's an established custom that's a fake out kind of a tap where you start to tap but you don't really. But they didn't explain it on the episode of SmackDown where they did it, did they? And I just tuned the announcers out.
You know, I really do tune them out, but I think if they would have brought up submission expert Otto Vons, I would have paid attention.
Well, I don't know. I mean, just whether it's an Otto Vons promotion thing that Gunther may have. But the point is, apparently this is a thing. And then on SmackDown last night, as we're recording this, they referenced it from last week. And Michael Cole tried to explain it, but the way that he explained it, if you didn't know what I just said and read what you wouldn't know what he had just said. It didn't make any sense because apparently he's seen the same shit and people have explained it and he jotted down notes or somebody told him, well, here's what it was. But he didn't say it that way either, or in a manner in which anybody would have understood, but at least they're trying to explain it after the fact. But it was odd because if you and I did not know that little factoid, then I would think that the average guy from the gas station in fucking Hernando, Mississippi would probably have been confused, don't you think?
Especially, again, with no explanation at all from any of the commentators.
Or the one that we could understand a week later. Anyway, so that's that.